Hi everybody, and today I'm going to talk about the Maryland Attorney General election in the general election coming up in November. I'm going to talk about what we saw in the primary, talk about the candidates that are going to the general, and what this race entails. So let's get started. So on the Democrat primary side, you had former Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown and former First Lady of Maryland, Katie O'Malley. Anthony Brown was Lieutenant Governor to Martin O'Malley with his when he was governor from 2007 to 2015. Katie O'Malley is the wife to Martin O'Malley, the former governor. So you had two very familiar candidates and names that ran for this spot on the Democrat primary side. In the end, Anthony Brown won with 321,018 votes to Katie O'Malley's 249,606 votes. As you see in this map right here, Katie O'Malley won more counties than Anthony Brown, but Anthony Brown won more votes. The way that Anthony Brown won was he won Baltimore City. If Katie O'Malley won Baltimore City, she would have won the primary here. Because if you look, there are almost, I'm going to say 80% of all the counties here have gone for Katie O'Malley. You only have a few. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counties, including Baltimore City, so 6 counties. So if you look at this, out of all the counties, Katie O'Malley won with, I would say, popularity within the counties. But you have to go over a certain amount of votes in each county to win. So in this area, you have in the D.C. region of Prince George's County and Charles County and Anne Arundel County. He is well known because he's the former lieutenant governor, but Katie O'Malley is the former first lady. So they both have prominent places in the state of Maryland, and for Anthony Brown to win, because he is an unpopular candidate. He lost his governor when he was running for governor in 2014. He is the current U.S. representative of Congressional District 4 in Maryland. So he has won a couple of his races. We'll see if he can win here in November. He is running to become Attorney General of Maryland. So this is the Democrat side. After the Democrat primary in Maryland on July 19th happened. So I just wanted to point out, winning a lot of counties doesn't really mean you win the general. Win the vote, because if you look here, the amount of votes casted between both candidates is a lot greater on Anthony Brown. Yes, Katie O'Malley won more counties than Anthony Brown, but Anthony Brown won more votes. So it's kind of like the Electoral College in a way. You can win the popular vote, but not win the amount of votes. Amount of the states. So it's kind of different. You kind of need to have all the votes to win here, and this is what happens in states because you don't have the Electoral College. That's nationwide. So speaking with this, you need to appeal to every voter. And if we look at the Republican primary here, we have Michael Perouka, the Cox-endorsed candidate for Attorney General, and Jim Shalek, who is a moderate. He was moderate on views. He's kind of like a Hogan in a way, like a Schultz candidate. So you kind of had like the Schultz-Shalek run here. So like Kelly Schultz on the moderate side of the Republicans and Jim Shalek on the moderate side of Republicans for Attorney General. And then you had the far-right conservative America First Movement MAGA candidate Dan Cox, and along with Michael Perouka on that side with Dan Cox as well. So as we see right now, Michael Perouka won the primary here in Maryland. He won almost every county here. He even won Baltimore City. This is very surprising for him to win Baltimore City. Yes, I know in the general he will not win Baltimore City just because of the look at the votes here. 1,897 votes from Michael Peroutka, 1,451 for Jim Schalik. The final vote count for Michael Peroutka is 127,262 to Jim Shalik's 100,223. If we go back up to the Democrat primary, Anthony Brown won 321,018 votes here. So with that being said, the amount of registered Democrat voters is much higher than the amount of registered Republican voters. But if we head to the general, if you combine, if every Republican that voted in the primary for Michael Peroutka, which probably won't happen because there's a lot of moderate Republicans who will not vote for this candidate. But if they do, you will have a decent amount, almost all Republicans voting for this candidate, Michael Peroutka. And his popularity across the state of Maryland is very great. He is a very popular candidate. So, in my opinion, if the vote turnout is the same or greater in the general, I think people will be more excited to vote for both candidates come the general. If that stays the same, if it increases in the vote counts for both candidates, then I will predict. I think that Michael Peroutka will have the slight edge on Anthony Brown in this race. I think he might narrowly win this in a R plus 0.5% here. I think it will be a very, very close race between the two, but I do see Michael Peroutka taking this office and winning this election by a very, very small margin here. I think it is going to be very close. It's going to be very very interesting to see what happens in the general coming up, and how will each candidate how will they try to win in the general? What are their strategies on both sides? It's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to go over what happens in Maryland, along with the governor race with Dan Cox and Wes Moore, along with the Attorney General race, the United States Senate race, and the U.S. House of Representatives. There is a very, very, very competitive seat here in the Maryland House of Representatives, Congressional District 6. David Trone, he is the incumbent here. He won 35,690 votes to Neil Parrott's 29,858. This seat, after the newly drawn maps in Maryland, this seat has gotten even more competitive here in the state of Maryland. They've drawn in a lot more Republican voters, a lot more conservative voters. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Neil Parrott can flip Congressional District 6. That would be a plus for the Republicans. It would be a very big win here in the state of Maryland for Republicans and conservatives. But we'll have to see if this race turns out, along with the Attorney General and Governor race here. I think Michael Peroutka will have the win here in Maryland. I also think that Dan Cox will very narrowly, along with Michael Peroutka, very narrowly win in the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland has gotten a lot more conservative as the years have gone up. We have elected our Republican governor for 2 consecutive terms. I think we can make this our 3rd consecutive term for Republican governors. And I just wanted to go over these results, talk about the Attorney General race in Maryland, also briefly talk about the competitive seats in Maryland, as long as the governor race. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you, God bless, and God bless America. Thank you.